Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Shem Kadash. Double honor supposed to GMS and honors to brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. This is, not another one. This talented young British model is stabbed to death on London street in quote robbery gone wrong. As East was trying to make it seem like it's there's a lot of these going on. But we know his motive. His motive is complete control, right? His motive is to be able to just basically exert his authority, and he's spinning up all of these stories, just trying to basically, basically he's taking this and running with it, man. Right? This is Harry Ozuka, this geezer here, whatever, what have you. Right, but you gotta start off with Job 4:7, right? It says, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" Right, because scripture say all of sin and come short of the glory of the Most High. Right, people being emotional don't want to hear that, but that's just what the scriptures say. No one dies being innocent. Right, but there's a lot that can be taken from the story. There's different angles. Because you've had a couple, and they said, oh, there's been 4 stabbings. These times if you're in Chicago, and that's what I mean by they're making it out into a bigger deal. Because if you're in Chicago, that's all certain Latin countries. Man, I remember it was something like El Salvador celebrated because for one day they didn't have anyone get killed, right? It was something that made the news. It was newsworthy material, right? Just to show you the levels of, of mass death and destruction that is all around the world in comparison to what's happening over here in London, right? But like I say, so many things you can tackle from the fact that killing Jake, they're off, right? The way that Esau was trying to come in and not overtake. Esau was trying to come in and basically spend this to further his agenda, right? Because we know his agenda is to basically take control, and ultimately do away with you Jakes, and set up his new world order. Right, so Deuteronomy 28:54 says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Right, so you mean, mate, let's be honest, man. For the most part, the thing is, even Edomites know this, man. For the most part, a Jake is gonna start on another Jake, man. If you're a young Jake, man, and there's some niggas around you, man, them Jakes are gonna start on you, man. Them niggas, sorry. Right, they're gonna start on you before they start on any one of the other nations. Why? But that's going pursuant to this curse here that the Lord set upon us in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. If we were to go off, which we did, right? It says his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Right? You mean you see how those so-called Jews behave, and they take care of each other, man. Underhand deals or all of this, done and the other. Hey, you see what Netanyahu's son said? He said, hey, man, my daddy hooked you up with a $20 billion deal, man. The least you can do is borrow me 400 shekels, man. Right, so it's not talking about them. This fits one group of people, man. You Jay, you natives, you Hispanics, you so-called Negroes, man, or wherever it is that you're what do you call it, that you're scattered. The thing is, even amongst the Israelite foreigners, you still get this behavior, man, right? And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, right? And also, you gotta look at it, man, because all of these niggas stabbing each other and shit. Me, I don't know anything about this guy, but from things that I've seen on the web and stuff, people what do you call people saying he was inspiring, whatever the fuck that means, right? He was trying to, basically make do good in the quote unquote black community, trying to inspire young Jakes and that. But this is Wisdom 5:3 says, and they repenting and groaning with anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and the proverbial reproach. Right, so right now they're basically looking at us like this, like niggas, and these guys, hey, what am I doing? These guys here, There's a, these guys are looking at these stories and all these Jakes killing each other. I thought, these are just some damn niggas, man. You can see why they look at Jay like this. Right? You can see why they count our life as madness and our end to be without honor. And you can see why it's going to be such a great shock to them when the Lord Himself delivers us. Alright? This is Ezekiel 37 on my. We'll start from verse 2. I'll start from the top actually. He says, "The hand of Yahweh was upon me," right? Which is because that's the name of the Most High, Yahweh. And his son's name is Yahweh Shai, right? He says, "And carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones." Right? It says, "And He caused me to pass by them round about, and below there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry." Right? It's basically referencing you Israelites, right? It says, "And He said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thou knowest." And that's the point that I wanted to get. For all these grimy ass niggas that be going around killing people, this was a robbery. It was probably for a phone. Killing mans for a phone and shit, right? Be seeing them kind of J's. You're like, man, are these the people of the Lord? That's what when we're delivered, right? As well, right? They're gonna be saying, those are the people of the Lord. What the fuck? How's he numbered among the children of the Most High? How's his lot among the saints? That's what they're gonna be saying. Because for the most part, Jacob just doing some wild nigga shit, man. Right? So I'll say that again. Can these bones live, man? You be, hey man, I believe you was on post, looked at some Jakes, man. You just looked and was like, yeah, man, can these bones live, man? Because Jake is through right now, man. Alright, so this is Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the land, saith Yahweh, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein," right? So two parts of Israel, it's a singular here, land, singular. It's referencing, the land of America. All right, it says, two parts therein shall be cut off. Two parts of Israel are going to be destroyed. And the Lord is going to take them out. Why? Because they're wicked, and the Lord is going to have mercy on them. Well, I mean, ultimately, He's going to have mercy on them in the fact that they're going to be in the kingdom. Was that Revelation 11 and 6 or 12 and 6? Let me just get that real quick. Romans. Bear with me, just find it. Let me look for it. '26, like Romans 11:26. It says, "And so all Israel shall be saved." Right, so ultimately all Israel are going to be saved. Those that didn't make it on this side, because ultimately, man, hey, and you ain't gonna like to hear this, but hey, him getting taken out now, man, that was mercy from the Lord. And I'm gonna go into Second Ezra's, part explaining why. Well, in fact, Second Ezra's goes in quite deep, man. The opening 16 and 15, man, those are some heavy ass chapters, man. But these end times that we're living in, right? So Lord had mercy on this guy, took him out now instead of in the times to come, right? And ultimately, He's gonna have mercy in that He's gonna come back in the kingdom of Israel anyway, when we're in rulership, right? So this is Zechariah 16 and 17, right? It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Right, so this is Ezra, right? The author of the book of Ezra, right? Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? These men were built stronger back then, and even he's seen the destruction. Like, woe is me. Like, man, I'm gonna be destroyed. What? Who's gonna deliver me from that? Like, imagine, you gotta imagine them just being on the ground, like, whoa. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" So he's seen it. He's like, yo, bro, sorrows, mournings, famine, great death. damn, how the hell am I gonna get delivered out of this? What am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Right? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish is sent for scourges from men. Right? Verse 22. For many of them, in fact, let me read 21. Says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they should think themselves to be in good case. And that precepts on to Matthew 24, right? For in the days, where's that 30s? But right, but Matthew 24:37. Right, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the Son of Man be, i.e., they were having fun. Everything was cool and peaceful. Everything was good. Like it's saying here, victuals were so good, cheap that things that you buy were cheap, man. Everything was good. You living a good life. There wasn't no struggles. You could go to Tesco and buy your Kellogg's cornflakes, your milk and honey, right? Your cereal bowls and whatever. Your loaves of bread, your garlics, your leeks. Right? It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Think everything's alright. You see people more, they think everything's alright. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, great confusion, basically death. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So y'all, that y'all, that's why I'll say that this guy, the Lord had mercy on him, somewhat, because he isn't gonna have to go through this. He isn't gonna have to go through watching his moms get raped by martial law police, and then his dad gets shot in the head, and then his mom gets shot in the head with, you know, his son, not his son, his little sister. I mean, I don't know what his family's like, but his little sister's getting raped. Because that's just things that are happening, that are gonna happen. Right? These martial law troops, they're the law. When they're about, they're the law. Right? It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. So there's gonna be so much death, right? That bodies are just gonna be left there. Like you read through the article, it says, there was a police cordon. You see the police cordon and that day, there ain't gonna be no time for that. Hey, the police are gonna be hiding for their damn selves, man. Right? It says, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Right, verse 27, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. So there's going to be so much death. It's just going to be you. And you ain't going to be able to, you won't see people around you, man. You're going to go crazy. You're going to be like, shit, man. So, like, imagine, the book of Eli, man, when he's just walking on this journey, man, it's just him. And you see me as someone, hey, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? Right? So there's four of a city. There shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in thick groves and in the clefts of the rock. Right, man. Right, but also you gotta let me get the one in Ezekiel. Right, this is Ezekiel 21:9. It says, behold, son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sort of slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Right, so a sword, right, for furbish means to polish, right? So a sword is a killing instrument, right? And Esau's got, killing instruments ready and prepared, and all of these things go into, his arsenal of reasons to come down hard on Jake, to come down hard on you niggas. Right? You got a whole lot of racist white guys right now. I'll go for them niggas, this, that, and the other. Or, if them niggas come around here, will show them, right? And then when the times of the race wars come, you're gonna have a lot of Jake that gets slaughtered, man. A lot of Jake, right? It says, should we then make mirth, right? So are we supposed to be living all good and happy and glad? No. It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, right? And I see that. To span also a bull cast away, to reject, despise, refuse, right? To flow, run, right? It says, it contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, as he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened and it is furbished, and this is to give it into the hand of the slayer. And who's the slayer? Esau, right? Because that was his blessing, Esau being the so-called white man, right? Because his blessing was the sword. If we're going back to Genesis 25, and he's made good use of that sword, going and conquering the entire world, using that sword, using that weapon, right? So all this time, hey, Jake has got, a hard thing coming. In fact, let me get this first. This is Daniel's 12 from the top. Says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So basically saying there shall be times that are coming. It's going to be like a time like never before, right? Shall be a time like never before. In fact, that leads me also on to Jeremiah 30, right? And 6 says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with a child. Wherefore doth see every man with his hand on his loin, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Right, so basically looking at, hey, look, man, why these men basically look like they've got birth pangs, man. Basically saying how, would you call it? That's just the level of things that are gonna happen on this side. But I mean, I'm starting to blab on now. Um, so I think the point's been made, and yeah, Lord's, we've been edified, and yeah, shalom.